Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our weekly market update. I'm here with Maddie and Jordan this morning. How are you guys?
Very well.
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. We're fresh back from the Harcourts Tasmania Awards in Launceston on Saturday night. So had a fair few of the team up there and another very successful year. So as you can see in front of it. So yeah, we'll start off bragging about ourselves for a minute before we talk about the market and looking at that. So bronze status for property management team. About half the property management officers achieved that level. So we're quite proud to be up in that level. Silver for sales and then some individual achievement awards. So Jordan at number 16 in Tassie. So well done. That's a great effort. One of the higher up agents without an assistant in Tassie. Yeah, well, because most of the top 20 have got an assistant or two or three. So that was certainly well done to be up there. And I was lucky enough to my team to be number one for the number of sales and the top residential, and number two overall for the state. So that was a pretty good effort. So well done and to my team and everyone in the office, that our admin team and everyone that does all the things that let us do what we do. So, and to be recognised on the state level. So it was a great night. We had pretty good entertainment. We had an artist do some awesome painting while Kevin was all entertained while we were going, live painting, and painted the number one agent while he was sort of coming up to get his award and stuff. So I'm guessing. So
we were nearly a shoe when he started going with the white hair.
Jordan was like, hang on, that might be you, Nick. No. But yeah, surprised to get number two, which was great. So we were thinking maybe number three, so that was good. So market a little bit quieter in the open homes this weekend.
It was
for us and everyone else.
We got a few good numbers through.
We've got a few at a couple of them, but had a few with what did you threes and fours and stuff.
Down at unit in Old Apple Court in Newville was pretty popular over the weekend, and I believe there was some other good numbers that yourself and Shay had as well.
That one, yes. There's lots of ones and zeros. Couple. So no huge numbers this weekend anywhere. The last few weeks we've had some 7s and 20s and 8s and stuff where there was more zeros and 1s, and then the 3s and 2s and stuff this weekend. So a little bit quieter, but it's still people coming through. And a couple of those are looking like making offers. Tomorrow out of those ones.
Exactly.
So that's right. It's
a good thing that we actually.
Quality people, I guess, is the thing. So a pretty strong month for sales and for listings. Looking back at April and looking like there's still a fair few properties hitting the market over the next couple of weeks.
I believe we've got. I think we've got at least 4 properties to look at this week that are coming to market soon. And to touch on obviously what you said about the contracts as well. I believe at the way we're sort of tracking at the moment, we're sort of getting more properties coming to market, and as soon as we get those new properties coming to market, the older ones that we do have that's been around, so that's 45-day market now, starting to get contracts under them. So
that's good.
It's still really positive, and I think we had a record month, or a really positive month, I should say, with Hammy were riding as well.
It was over 10 million in sales for April, which was a pretty strong month, so one of our better for a while. So Property management, how are those properties going, Maddie? We've still got a lot available.
We're up to 20. But it has decreased but increased again, so we're not staying stagnant on. There's just a couple that are higher priced that are taking a little bit longer to lease, and obviously any properties like the brand new ones on Main Street, we want a particular type of tenant. There's no pets because you can't afford to have a pet room. So those sorts of properties are sticking around a little bit longer. The ones that are around the 450 mark are just absolutely flying out the door, though.
Yeah.
So many people interested in it. We did decrease 19 John Street from 450 to 420 recently.
Yep.
We did have a bit of interest on it, but we just wanted to see how much more we could get by decreasing it, and that has really opened up the floodgates for that one as well.
Okay.
So
Yep.
it just goes to show you that price point is everything. When we've got 20 properties online, you can tell what the issue is sometimes with the people that are inquiring.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just pricing it well. If you can afford to lose $20 a week on the rent to get a tenant in there 3 or 4 weeks earlier, then that would be lovely.
Yeah. Well, and often it's not losing $20 a week. It's actually making a couple of $1,000 or $1,000 a year, because sometimes we're seeing in the current market, there's plenty of properties, and especially like we've been reasonably active with our price changes and getting that, but some of the properties out there with some different agencies you look at and go, well, that's been out there for 3-4 months and
at the same price,
not rented. And if you add up the days rented at, for example, $450 a week versus staying empty at $480 a week, it's only a couple of weeks difference. And like if you wait, then you've missed out on those couple of weeks rent. So it's a fine line. Sometimes if you wait for 6 or 8 weeks, then you a long way behind versus renting it for a little bit more affordable and having 7 applications, picking a great tenant and having it leased and having them affording their rent and all that. So it's different. Like when you look at that long-term view and sort of okay, what's the smartest? And a lot of people will go, oh no, well, I need this and I need that, but often the actual reality of it is they miss out by trying to get that extra little bit to do that, and sometimes so it's different advice for everybody, obviously, but certainly worth having that conversation.
Absolutely,
with people at the moment, I think. So
I agree, and we're not the only ones that have quite a few properties online. So the market is flooded at the moment. So anything you can do to sort of make your property stand out a little bit more, then do it. But money talks. So we have lease 2753 Huon Highway, which is pending an actual signed agreement on that one. So that one was a brand new one that was pretty popular and reduced to the right price pool. I believe it's under rented at the moment, but in the current climate, you have to do what you have to do. So at least that as soon as it hit the price point that it was affordable. It was 7B Seabrooks, little 1-bedroom unit that was very popular. So that one should be gone soon, and we have a new one, 1 Charlotte Cove Road, $440 a week. So hopefully that's popular. It's got an open home at Thursday at 3:30.
Okay, cool. So a lot of activity in the sub 500 a week stuff everywhere by saying
Definitely.
that. So,
I mean, there is still some activity over 500, but it just corners the market a little bit more.
It's that affordability factor, and looking at that going, okay, well, what are we sort of looking at from a out of our wage, out of an average wage, what can you afford to pay rent? And I think that's the thing where the supply and demand a couple of years ago in the rental market, there was just not enough properties, so the rents went up, and potentially that went up a little bit too far as to where they are, and now they've sort of found their level again. And it's still a lot higher than it was 5 years ago. But it's probably not at the peak it was 18 months ago. So looking at where that sort of level, it's basically the same trajectory for a sales market. And what's happened is where prices have probably gone up a large percentage, followed back a small percentage, found their fee. But there's still a lot of people that would like them to be up at that top peak, sort of been.
Especially people that have purchased in the
early
last
22.
couple of years. So they've obviously paid a big amount for their property, and they want to try and get that back, but it's not always the case straight up. So and you are more likely to get a longer term tenant at a more affordable price as well. So you're more likely to save.
And have the choice from multiple tenants to choose from that works for you, because every property, every owner wants a different type of tenant. Sometimes the price is more important than sometimes the quality is more important than different things. So I think that's certainly a good thing to talk about. And how's football this weekend, guys? You had a bit of Jordan and Maddie and the women's team normally, and they had a week off this weekend. We're girls got it done.
Yeah, it went well.
Sylvia, so
Did go well. I was still out there yelling up and down, being the runner, but they obviously
that's not bad.
it's just proven I don't have to play.
Field coaching going on.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, we got the win though. It was good. It was
That's the
freezing.
Was it?
Yes, no fog though. A 4:30 game at Brighton is usually fog, so we didn't get fog.
Yeah.
That's good.
The other teams went okay.
Seniors, yes, they won pretty convincingly. Colts, yes. Rezzies didn't quite get there, unfortunately.
Yep.
But I think the problem is that they've just got a team that hasn't really played together too much this year. So
Yeah,
I
still gelling.
Yep.
Still pretty good. 3 out of 4 for the weekend.
Yeah, it's okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. No, it's good.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's probably about it for this week. Leave you all to get on with your week. Thanks for tuning in. Again, well done to our team on all the awards, and we'll see you next week on the update.